As Belgrade slowly emerged from the shadows of that dark night, the city and its people continued to grapple with the challenges of their past. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, there remained a glimmer of hope. A hope that one day, the shadows would lift, and a brighter future would dawn for Serbia. The year was 2000. A new millennium had dawned, yet the Balkans remained trapped in the lingering shadows of the 1990s. The echoes of war and political strife still reverberated through the region, casting a long dark shadow over its future. Belgrade, the proud capital of Yugoslavia, stood as a stark symbol of the struggle. A city grappling with political turmoil, economic hardship, and the scars of recent conflict. The streets, once bustling with life and energy, now seemed to carry an air of tension and unease. It was against this backdrop of uncertainty and fear that a single gunshot shattered the fragile peace. The sound echoed through the narrow alleyways and across the city, a grim reminder of the violence that still lurked beneath the surface. On the evening of February 7, Pavle Bulatovic, Yugoslavia's defense minister, was brutally gunned down outside a Belgrade restaurant. The attack was swift and merciless, leaving no room for doubt about the assassin's intent. Bulatovic's assassination sent shockwaves through the country and beyond, exposing the dark underbelly of a nation teetering on the brink. The news spread like wildfire, igniting fear and uncertainty among the populace. Who was responsible for this brazen act of violence? Were they shadowy figures from Serbia's underworld, or did the conspiracy reach the highest echelons of political power? The questions swirled, each more troubling than the last. The answers, shrouded in mystery and speculation, would prove elusive, leaving behind a legacy of fear, suspicion, and unanswered questions that continue to haunt Serbia to this day. The media was rife with theories, each more sensational than the last, but the truth remained just out of reach. The assassination of Pavle Bulatovic was not merely a criminal act. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the dangerous nexus of politics, organized crime, and violence that permeated Serbian society. It highlighted the precarious balance that the nation was struggling to maintain. To understand the events of that fateful night, we must first delve into the life and career of the man whose life was cut tragically short. Pavle Bulatovic was more than just a political figure. He was a symbol of the nation's hopes and struggles. A man who had navigated the treacherous waters of Yugoslav politics with determination and resolve. We must also examine the complex web of political intrigue and criminal networks that thrived in the shadows, casting a long and ominous shadow over Serbia's future. These networks, often intertwined with the very fabric of the state, created an environment where violence and power were inextricably linked. The assassination was a culmination of years of tension and conflict, a stark illustration of the unresolved issues that continue to plague the region. It was a moment that forced the nation to confront its past and question its future. As the nation mourned the loss of Pavle Bulatovic, the streets of Belgrade were filled with a somber silence. Candlelight vigils were held and people gathered to pay their respects, their faces etched with grief and uncertainty. In the halls of power, the assassination sparked intense debates and discussions. Politicians and leaders grappled with the implications of the attack, each seeking to navigate the treacherous political landscape that had been laid bare. Pavle Bulatovic's legacy, though marred by his untimely death, remains a testament to the turbulent times in which he lived. His life and career offer a window into the complexities of a nation struggling to find its way amidst chaos and uncertainty. Pavle Bulatovic was born in 1948 in Montenegro, a small republic within Yugoslavia. Montenegro, with its rugged mountains and deep cultural history, was a place of both beauty and complexity. He rose through the ranks of the Yugoslav People's Army, earning a reputation as a capable and disciplined officer. His dedication to military service was evident from an early age, and he quickly became known for his strategic mind and unwavering commitment to his duties. His loyalty lay with Slobodan Milosevic, the Serbian strongman who had risen to power in the late 1980s on a wave of nationalism and promises of Serbian dominance. Milosevic's vision for a greater Serbia resonated deeply with Bulatovic, who saw in him a leader capable of restoring Serbian pride and influence. As Milosevic's grip on power tightened, Bulatovic became a key figure in his regime. He was not just a follower, but an active participant in the political machinations that sought to reshape the region's power dynamics. He served as Montenegro's interior minister, overseeing the republic's police and security forces during a period marked by growing ethnic tensions and repression. This role placed him at the heart of some of the most challenging and controversial decisions of the time, as he navigated the delicate balance between maintaining order and suppressing dissent. In 1994, he was appointed Yugoslavia's defense minister, a position he held until his death. As defense minister, Bulatovic was responsible for the military strategies and operations during a tumultuous period, where the very fabric of Yugoslavia was being torn apart by conflict. Bulatovic was a controversial figure, often criticized for his hardline stance and his unwavering loyalty to Milosevic. His policies and actions were frequently the subject of intense debate, with some viewing him as a necessary enforcer of order, while others saw him as a symbol of oppression. He was seen by many as a symbol of the regime's authoritarianism and its role in the bloody Yugoslav wars. The wars, which resulted in significant loss of life and displacement, were a dark chapter in the region's history, and Bulatovic's involvement made him a contentious figure. Yet, he also had his supporters, particularly among Serbian nationalists who saw him as a strong defender of Serbian interests. To them, Bulatovic represented strength and resilience in the face of external and internal threats. Regardless of one's view of him, Bulatovic's assassination sent shockwaves through a nation already grappling with political uncertainty and the ghosts of war. His death was not just the loss of a political figure, but a stark reminder of the volatility and danger that still loomed over the region. His death marked a turning point, highlighting the deep divisions and the culture of violence that plagued Serbian society. It underscored the challenges that lay ahead for a nation struggling to find peace and stability in the aftermath of conflict. In the days that followed Pavle Bulatovic's assassination, candlelight vigils were held, and people mourned the loss of a man who had been a significant figure in their community. The impact of that fateful night would be felt for years to come. The evening of February 7th, 2000 began like any other in Belgrade. The city was alive with its usual hustle and bustle, the streets filled with people going about their nightly routines. As twilight descended upon the city, casting long shadows across the Sava River, the lights of Belgrade began to twinkle, reflecting off the water and creating a mesmerizing scene. Pavle Bulatovic, a prominent figure in the city, dined with friends at a restaurant called Fishes. The restaurant was known for its exquisite seafood and lively atmosphere. It was a popular haunt for Belgrade's elite, a place where deals were struck and secrets whispered over plates of grilled meat and glasses of rakia. The air was thick with the scent of delicious food and the murmur of hushed conversations. Unbeknownst to Bulatovic and his companions, Danger lurked in the shadows. The night, which had started so ordinarily, was about to take a dark and tragic turn. As he stepped out of the restaurant, a lone gunman emerged from the darkness. The figure moved with a chilling purpose, his intentions clear and deadly. A single gunshot rang out, piercing the night air and sending shockwaves through the bustling establishment. The sound was deafening, a stark contrast to the previously jovial atmosphere. The bullet, fired from a high-powered rifle, found its mark, striking Bulatovic in the chest and killing him instantly. The precision of the shot left no doubt about the gunman's deadly skill. Panic erupted as diners and staff scattered for cover. The once orderly restaurant descended into chaos, with people screaming and scrambling to escape the danger. The gunman, his face obscured by the darkness, disappeared into the night as quickly as he had appeared. His swift departure left behind a scene of terror and confusion. Within minutes, sirens wailed in the distance, their piercing cries a grim symphony, heralding the arrival of police and emergency services. The flashing lights of the police cars added to the surreal and nightmarish quality of the scene. The scene that greeted them was one of chaos and carnage. The restaurant, once a place of joy and laughter, was now a tableau of horror. Bulatovic lay sprawled on the pavement, his lifeblood staining the concrete crimson. The sight was a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the suddenness with which it can be taken away. The restaurant, once a haven of warmth and conviviality, was now a cold and sterile crime scene. The transformation was jarring, a testament to the violence that had shattered the peace of the evening. Police officers quickly secured the area while investigators began the painstaking process of examining the scene. Every detail was scrutinized, every piece of evidence carefully collected in the hopes of finding a clue that would lead to the perpetrator. Outside, the media had already gathered, reporters broadcasting live updates to a shocked and grieving city. The news of Bulatovic's assassination spread rapidly, casting a pall over Belgrade. If you found this story compelling, please subscribe to our channel for more in-depth explorations of history's most intriguing mysteries.